Yo, we such a fail.
Yeah.
It started as a whisper, screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made us unstoppable.
for a brand.
We had a vision for change.
Turn it off. Now!
You made it a revolution. We told you we are the future.
Anyone out here watching this new show?
The future is now.
Ready?
Disruptors, breaking it and making it.
Hollywood. Solid. Yeah. Real solid.
Dollar bill, y'all.
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
And that was without even a single drop of rum.
Look at this. Fuck it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. Damn, what the fuck is that? I'm just streaming over here.
It's pretty good, that.
Right?
All right. Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
We're supposed to have 4 Fresh Prince, but I don't know what's going on this time.
I don't.
They got my homie, man.
Yeah.
Tom P. I don't give a shit. She's an American. If we can get her back, great. But like, bro, that shit is not even a comparable trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say Billy Silver?
That was perfect.
Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is.
Showtime ready power or that?
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Growing and more seductive than sex. I can see that.
I'm not fucking riding fucking The Rock dick either.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm
going to bed. Good night, guys.
Yeah. What's good?
Whoa.
What's really good, man? Welcome to episode 129 of Untitled Live. Not live, unlive. This is going to be a pre-recorded, so sorry, guys. But we wanted to make sure that we have an episode every Friday for y'all. But yeah, listen. We've done this before, so don't feel bad. Oh man, we made it, man. We made it here to another Thursday. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird doing a pre-record, but you know, it is what it is. Y'all don't talk anyway in the chat, so it's all good. Same.
Wow, same. We'll keep that same energy.
Same.
Keep that same energy since you don't want to talk to us in the chat.
I be having the most to say in comments, man. But you know, shit, whatever.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about some shit. It's not gonna be a long show. It's not gonna be a crazy show. We're gonna just talk about the main shit that happened throughout the week.
Look at that.
We're gonna talk about Mandalorian. Which one? The Thanos shit?
Yeah, bro. Ooh, look at that shit.
Yeah.
I just realized the Thanos show. Yeah, bro. That's fire.
That's just OD fire. That's like one of
Bring
my
you
favorite.
back to us.
That's a
Let's get
yeah.
it.
Or I think you're talking about this new Untitled merch that we just dropped. The
Brilliant,
Spider
bro. I don't
Verse
think you heard
inspired
me.
shit.
That's
Yeah, you
I
know
was
what I
that
like,
mean.
shirt
that's some
fire too.
fire, bro. Fire.
I'm just saying, it dropped, man. We got them, we got them for the big guys out there too. They got to 8X. Yo, it's like $30, man. So
Disney, don't look at the letters though. Don't look at the letters, Disney.
yeah, man. I mean, you know what I mean? It's
Don't look at the letters. Mind your business, Disney. Don't look somewhere else.
yo, it's funny because whenever I upload something on Teespring, they'll let me know like if it's for some reason the algorithm is crazy. Like if it has anything like trademark, it'll post it. Then they'll say, hey, listen, you just violated this copyright. I'm like, oh shit. So I made sure with this one here, I did a lot of filtering and moving things around. So it's sort of like it, but it's not 100%. So
Like
it's
you
like
know,
you know,
but
but
you
you
don't
don't.
know.
Yeah.
No, you
You
know.
know what I mean? So like cop them. Cop them now. Cop them before they are taken down, man. So when they take it down, you got some limited edition shit. So facts. So yeah, man. So we're gonna talk about Mandalorian. We're gonna talk about what else? It's gonna be light because there's no more shows.
It's like
There's no
bit of
more
a
shows,
Mandalorian
man.
and a Mandalorian.
We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
I
about
mean,
Mandalorian. But we got
it's
the
light. I
Mandalorian.
mean, only controversy I heard of for this week was
Takashi.
Takashi's crazy.
Yeah,
Takashi's
6ix9ine.
crazy.
We're gonna talk about that.
I heard about the Jenna Ortega. Like people were Hollywood's mad at her because she came out and said that she had to like change a lot of the script for Wednesday. Like a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
they had Wednesday doing, she felt like the Wednesday character wouldn't do, so she changed a lot of the shit that was done. So like Hollywood is mad at her because they're saying that she's a troublesome, she's a toxic person to work with.
It was that one.
Because she wants to better the character.
It was one guy that really like threw that shit. Like he kind of like
he's going hard.
It's multiple people, but he's like signaling.
Is that
like
CW guy from Smallville or some shit like that?
Yeah, he's speaking for other people. Like he's pretty much like taking the the hits, but there's other people that's talking. That's in the circle that's complaining about her. Yeah, like Red said, like being toxic and shit. But like, to be honest, bro, like she's right. There's certain things like Wednesday Adam, like you won't consider her to have like to be in a love triangle. Like that shit doesn't sound like Wednesday.
That's
She was like,
that's not something to do with. Yeah.
So yeah, like actors do that shit all the time. Like Edward Norton does that shit. Like he changes scripts all the time. Like he like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Like fucking Mahershala Ali, he's doing the same exact shit. Like I don't want to do this Blade film. Change that. So it's about you want to portray something.
Henry Cavill with The Witcher, same people too. Netflix, he had to walk away because they would change the Witcher character. They would change the character from the source material. He's like, nah, my agreement was that we keep the character as a source material. They didn't want to. They wanted to renege it, so he left.
Yeah, so like it happens all the time. It's funny because she spoke about it like way before she even broke that. She like there were certain things I was doing that felt like it was unprofessional, but it was necessary for the role. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, she understands. She understands that she's not like, and you can tell like she's not like she's introvert too. She's not doesn't like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So like she didn't expect to blow up this way. Like she's like now the horror queen. Like she is like what Jamie Lee Curtis were to people in the 80s and 90s. Now she's being cast for every fucking little thing. She's in every movie now. She's in every movie. You know how everyone wanted Bryan Cranston in every fucking movie? She's that person now. Bryan Cranston was casted in every movie. He was fan casted in every fucking movie. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, that shit crazy. But yeah, we'll talk about that. We talk about some other things. The fucking TikTok shit on the CEO of TikTok went on to defend his IP because for some odd reason the U.S. wants to ban that shit. We can talk about that. Those as the first time, like if whoever's like the first time that's coming across this channel, like we Untitled Live, we talk about everything. We talk about comics, movies, pop culture, political shit. We go left, we go right. We kind of like to do a temperature check in the beginning to kind of see where everyone's at, how their week went. Then we kind of go over the topics and shit. So I could start with I would start with Sobrit because we haven't seen you, buddy. How's everything, man?
You know, everything's great. Last week I wasn't around because I was supposed to be at a concert. That ended up not happening.
Wait. Hold the phone. You know, I don't got my sound. I don't have my soundboard here to give you a fucking bailout right now. So you didn't make it to the show because you went to a fucking concert. What happened?
We didn't make the show because we were supposed to go to a concert. And the lady, she's telling me like, "Oh, the concert's Friday," and I'm like, "I thought it was Thursday." Because I requested off Thursday and Friday. I'm like, I requested off Friday because I didn't want to wake up after being late from a concert. She's like, no, it's Friday. Friday comes. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I don't know why I requested both days off then. Get a text. Yeah, the concert was actually last night.
Yo.
Like we missed it. It was just like shit. So we made other plans. We did something else. It was just like fuck it. We got the Friday night. Let's go out. So we had a good night. But yeah. Otherwise, I just I was catch. I don't know why it took me forever to watch last week's episode of The Mandalorian. I just felt like it was a really slow episode, and it took me like 3 days to watch it. I had to break it up into pieces.
Yeah, it's 3 days.
Yeah. I had to watch it a little bit.
You talking about the non-Mandalorian show, right?
Yeah, the non-Mandalorian episode, where it's just like it started out with the Mandalorian at the beginning of the episode, went into a totally different character during the rest of the episode, and then the last 2 minutes or last minute of the episode back to Mandalorian. I was just like, yo, did they just Boba Fett this shit?
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo. Steph watched the shit today. She's catching up, right? And she was like, she's like, this is good, whatever. And I knew what was gonna happen. Episode 3, she was not gonna like it. And she was watching that shit, and it started off with Mandalorian, Mando and all that kind of shit. She said, this is crazy. Then it goes right into this other storyline. She was thinking it was gonna kind of like go away after like 10 minutes. After like 20 minutes, she looked at me. She goes, "What the fuck is this?"
That's why it took me so long to watch. I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, when is it gonna get back to Mando?" Yeah, I was just like, okay, I guess this is a officer, and I'm trying to still like I was trying like the whole episode in the parts I was watching. I was like, when is this gonna connect to the Mandalorian? Other than that, these were characters in the first season. And I was like, when is it going to connect later on? Is this something for a future episode that they feel like this is super important to kind of tell the story?
Yeah, I'm sure. There's always
it's more of
in the right direction.
It's more of like overall storytelling, because when you go into Dr. Pershing and all of that, they're talking about the cloning and Baby Yoda and all of that, and they're trying their best to connect all of that shit to the sequel, the sequel trilogy. So all of that,
I know with like
came back and all of that, yeah,
Snoke and whatever and all that shit. Yeah, I heard about that, but I'm still like, I don't think this was really necessary.
It's good for the folks that watched all of the trilogies, but like for like someone that like Steph, she's just a casual. For her, it throws her off. She's like, "What the hell is happening?" But then towards the end, she goes, "Oh, this kind of makes sense. This is why Grogu doesn't remember his past, because he probably got mind flared." You know what I mean? So like she caught on to the shit. I'm like, "Yep, that's right. That's exactly what happened to him." So the same way how he was able to get his memories back, I think Pershing is going to probably get his memory back in the future. But go ahead, continue. My bad.
Yeah, but that episode got a 3.5 for me. Like,
damn, 3.5.
3.5, yeah. Jesus. Sorry. It was a real. I mean, it took me 3 days to watch it. It kept losing my interest, and I'm just like, I really don't care about this part of the story. So, but other than that, let's see. This week I watched the new episode of Mandalorian. I booked an Airbnb in PA for May because I'm gonna go to the YCS tournament.
Okay.
In May, so I'm excited about that. I got a bunch of my friends. We're actually gonna go. It's like 6 of us that are going. We're gonna spend the weekend there, go to the
Bring
tournament.
J-Lo?
Nah, J Lo's not going. They never want to go anywhere. There's just like, nah, I gotta work, got kids, shit like that. I'm like,
Because
oh,
because because they
I
closet
gotta go with
virgins,
my
bro. They
yeah.
closet virgins.
Not
They
even,
don't want to
not
be
even.
out.
Like Fabian's out there with that shit. He doesn't. He's like, yo, this is so cool, blah blah blah. But it's just like, they like all the friends I'm going with don't have kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like all the 6 of us, none of us have kids. Even one of us is like he's currently in California for a Apple career experience. So he's working at HQ, and he's gonna fly back to come to the tournament in May. So yeah, so it should be fun.
Nice.
What's
Yeah.
up, man?
That's what's up. What about you, Red? How was your week?
Oh, I wasn't expecting to go right now, but yeah, so oh, it's good. Yeah. So so my new favorite horror movie, Cocaine Bear. Yo, man, I was cracking up. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I don't think I ever enjoyed the movie so much, yo.
Word.
Like I really enjoyed that movie. I also saw Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I like that movie too. That movie was good. It wasn't up there with Cocaine Bear, but it was really good.
It wasn't up there with Cocaine Bear. Wow.
I will echo that sentiment, man.
Cocaine Bear is next level, bro. It's next level, bro.
You saw Cocaine Bear
I saw cocaine. I saw Cocaine Bear and Shazam.
and Shazam? Damn,
Yeah.
no invite.
Invite to my house. That's what I watched it at.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, what the hell? So, but
I saw the theaters. It's all right. Y'all haven't been inviting me to movies for years, though. Y'all go every Thursday, no invite, so it's all right.
I don't know, man. This guy hasn't hit me up for like John Wick or Super Mario. Like it's on pre-sale. I haven't heard shit about getting tickets.
Dude, it's been rough for me, man. Things are a little different now. You know what I mean?
Stephanie got him by the balls. She's controlling the budget right now.
No,
yeah, man.
No.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like, I try. I'm watching shit on bootleg now, bro. Like my life is hard.
Yeah, man. I hear that. But yeah. So I watched My Hero Academia. Caught up. Oh my gosh.
Woo, boy, yeah.
Yo, the Class A fight versus Deku. Oh
yo,
my!
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I'm on the episode before. Do not ruin that for me,
bro. I'm not gonna ruin it, but bro, man. My Hero's on a new level right now, bro.
Yo, on a crazy level.
I didn't mind that anime. I didn't mind that one. I think I could get into that shit.
Ooh,
it's pretty cool.
It's getting so good now.
It's really good. Where it's at right now, yeah.
It's getting really fucking dark.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just the heroes versus the villain fight alone. That last fight they had. Oh my god, bro! You know how many heroes got taken out, bro? like yo, that shit was no joke, man. Fuck. I'm still waiting for them to bring back Black Clover though.
Supposedly there's supposed to be a Netflix movie coming out for Black Clover, and then it's supposed to tie into the next season if they're gonna do it. Then I guess it debates because I haven't heard of a new season starting.
Man,
it's supposed to be a movie.
They showed us Asta's mom, and then that's it. They just say, "Okay, that's it for y'all. Y'all need to see no more." I'm like, wow,
damn.
Yeah, but yeah, I did that. Then also I watched Monday Night Raw. You know, I'm back on my wrestling now.
WrestleMania this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm off. I'm off the first. I took the Saturday off to watch it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna watch it. I'm off the first, and second. I'm off Sundays anyway, so I get to watch the 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna watch the 2 days, and then I took off the following weekend, the Saturday, because that's my birthday weekend, and Super Mario comes out that weekend too. Woo!
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
About to be sweet.
Yeah, man. So
That's a lot of fucking movies. A lot of fucking movies this fucking month, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised, like Shazam to come out this fucking month. Like I would have delayed the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have did something, bro. Like it's just too much.
Yeah, I'd have pushed
John
back
Wick,
on that.
bro.
I think I would have pushed Wick back.
Wick right now is on track to make $111 million opening weekend through pre-sale tickets. That's just crazy. There's a fan base.
That's the one to beat right now, man. That's the one to beat.
Yeah,
but you know they have that that article out that they were like that John Wick and the director are kind of done with John Wick for a while. After
yeah. This is the last. They didn't say it was the last one, but it was like a final. Then they're gonna do the ballot. They're gonna do the ballerina shit. Ballerina shit is still happening. But I think Super Mario Brothers is gonna. Dude, it's a kids movie, bro.
Yeah,
Kids.
Mario Brothers gonna clean up everybody, bro.
That's just gonna clean everybody up, bro.
Everybody's a Mario fan. From us to fucking old people right now is a Mario fan, bro. Everybody's going to see that shit.
That's the
what was the last movie? The last movie that came out from Illumination that was Gru, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something Gru. It made $1 billion, bro, and that was during the pandemic. that's
the Minions movie, right?
Yeah, but him as a young dude,
and it showed you the whole freaking movie, and they still made that shit still made money. Oh wow,
$1 billion, bro.
It showed you the whole movie in the trailer.
Good fucking movie. That shit is fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it,
it's those two right there.
I seen it. I saw the trailer.
Everybody want to see John Wick, and as perfect counter programming, everybody wants to see Mario. So it's really those two that are going to clean up. It's like everybody else that really has to try to get in where they fit.
Yeah, I don't even know what's the movie coming out next weekend.
Let me tell you how Shazam already has a digital release date for April 10th.
God,
they're already putting it on digital, bro.
What? Jesus Christ. Yo. They don't even. They
had no faith in it. Yeah, but you know what's funny? It wasn't that bad, bro. I saw the Shazam movie.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I watched it. I watched it again. I mean, it wasn't for me 100%. I liked the first one because the charm. I mean, we could talk about it later and like in small detail, but like it was okay. It was not.
But if you paid for it,
if I paid for it, no, I wouldn't be mad because this movie is supposed to be slated as a child's film, like a kids. They didn't market it as a kids film. If they would have marked it as a kids film, this movie would have made fucking bad. But there's no. It's a good movie. It's not terrible, and it's funny because we could get into it later, but I watched Wonder Woman 1988, whatever that shit was, and it wasn't that bad in comparison to the movies and to the superhero movies that's been coming out lately. This one seems like wow, this wasn't that bad.
It was good. It had a good story. The story made sense. The climactic event that made that shit was crazy. That shit was like, yo, you didn't know how that shit was gonna end, bro. So like, I really didn't know how this movie was going, especially with the whole shit that's going on with DC. I didn't know who was gonna make it in this movie. I didn't know what was gonna happen. So like, you really didn't know how this shit was gonna end. So like, I was on the edge of my seat by the end of the end of the movie. I was like, yo, fuck, this is going down.
I feel like
I guess they didn't have no faith. I guess they didn't have DC don't have no faith in it. I guess I don't know.
That's what it is. I was about to say I feel the same exact way as you did, but I feel like they shot themselves in the foot with the marketing. Like there was something that Fresh posted, and I seen it also in a YouTube ad. And I remember Red was like, yo, no spoilers. And we like, yo, this is a TV spot. Like, they threw it out. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, to me, I'm like, I watched the movie and I did not think about that. And then it came back in and I'm like, nah, this you kind of like devalued the whole movie with that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Because there's a certain situation that happens and you know, oh, They spoil it because you know she's coming or something like that. So
bro,
that
was crazy.
When you watch this movie and you watch the trailers, like I think the second or final trailer, it's pretty much the whole entire movie. Like you know exactly, and it was like in the same time frame. Like you know the first act, second act, the third act, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But you know what it is? I also blame. I'm not gonna sit here and say blame James Gunn, but I also blame their approach on this whole new DC slate. You should have waited until all these movies first come out and then talk about the slate. The fact that he talked about it while there's still 3 movies that's supposed to be coming out before that, kind of like it makes you not want to
want to care about it. Like, oh,
Invest
why
in
yeah,
it.
that
like
movie is not
yeah,
gonna be part of the
exactly. I'm not gonna.
movies.
Why
Yeah.
should I invest into these characters if you're already talking about? That's like you working at a job and your fucking boss telling you, "Yo, listen, in January you're gonna get fired, but care about your job until January." Like you don't give a fuck. Like I'm out. I'm peace. I'm looking for another job.
And the wild
So
thing
like,
is if they didn't do that, if they didn't do that, me watching this movie, I felt like, yo, this could still be a part of what they doing going forward. But because of everything that y'all did, it's like, probably not going to continue with this. And I feel like it's a fault of theirs. Like, I felt like this could have fully crossed over into whatever they have with the new slate and merged perfectly. But
and mind you, and like the kid that plays Billy Batson, Arch, whatever his name was, something Angel,
Asher,
Asher Angel, bro. Like by the time they decided to make another movie,
he
if they
could have been
do,
Shazam.
bro, he's gonna be Shazam. That he looks old already. Like he's
Yep.
18 years
Yeah.
old. His voice is mad deep. He's like the other ones are like kids still. Like when in transition, I would say the only person that keeps the same energy of having the childlike is Darla. Is the only one that's making good character that seems like they're the same person. They playing the same person.
This is
And I
so
feel
I was
like
about to
adorable,
say,
yo.
Megan does a real job as that Darla.
She is so adorable,
and I feel that Shazam's character is flipped with Freddy. Freddy's more of a Shazam. The way he's acting is more Shazam, and then Freddy's character is more like Billy Batson. It's weird, but I mean, listen. Overall, it was a good movie. Like if I was to give it a rating, it'll be like a 4 for me. It wouldn't be like crazy low. And I'm mad because I feel like they should continue. I feel like these kids have more story to tell. Shit, Miss Marvel, man, Mary Marvel, she is bad. She's a baddie, bro. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we went off on a tangent there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So continuing on my week.
Always happens.
Every week.
Continuing on my week.
How we do?
I saw Mandalorian. Been watching my feet. I've been binge watching. My feet are killing me. That show's crazy.
Always.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Work hasn't been too crazy. I arrested some gay dude. He accused me of a hate crime because I stopped him from stealing. So I did it. I stopped him from stealing. So it's a hate crime because he's gay. And I stopped him from stealing. I'm like, bro, I don't care that you're black. I don't care that you're gay. All I care is about that you try to steal my product. That's it. So then we call the cops because the manager's like, call the cops. I'm like, you sure? Call the cops. So we calling the cops. This man is screaming at the top of his lungs, bro. The cops come in and he's cussing them out. He's calling them all kind of dickheads and this and that and yada 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 and F you and F this and I got AIDS. I got all kinds of shit, man. Bro, it was a headache. And then later on they take him down, like cops who work in the same station. They be like, you had a caller here earlier? I say, yeah, we got that guy in the station. He would not shut the fuck up. They say, yeah, he's getting the lieutenant face. He's over here starting fights in the cells and shit. Can you imagine you're in the cell, you got this loud ass gay dude talking all this shit. You probably like, yo, you just probably want to get through your time. You get through your little thing while they're processing your paperwork. You probably like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. That's how a fight starts, Oh man. But yo, so other than that, my week was good.
That's what's up. That's cool. I saw my shit. Week was good. Shazam. The Shazam did. There was another one I watched. I should have wrote this shit down.
Cocaine Bear.
I think I was talking about Cocaine Bear last week, but yeah, I did that. Nothing too crazy. Like it was not. I mean, today I had like a panic attack while waking up. It was the worst thing in the world, bro. Thought I was dying. My heart was fucking racing. I was like, shit. I had a fucking like a weird ass dream, and it was like one of those dreams that felt real when you wake up, and it wasn't like a nightmare, but my body reacted like it was. So I was like, oh shit, this is not feeling good. But what else? A couple of
But you
things
ever had
like
one of those dreams when you like? Sorry to cut you off, but you ever had one of
no,
those dreams where like you wake up, but you thought you wake up, but you didn't wake up. You're really still in the dream. But,
all
like
the
you
time.
feel like shit feel like it's real though. Like you feel like you really woke up, yo.
Yeah.
Like you're moving around and everything. You think you're really moving
It's
around and getting your breakfast. And then next thing you know, you wake up and you're still in your bed. Like, yo, what the fuck happened? the,
yeah,
and you had that kind of dream? Cause that dream is crazy to me,
yeah,
man.
that happens to me all the time. Like, that shit, it's fucked up. Um, I watched some Shrinking. Shrinking's on Apple TV Plus. It's a really good fucking show with Jason Segel um, and Harrison Ford. I think it's season finale is tomorrow.
Oh
So
wow, that was
I've been
quick.
locked in with that. Yeah,
I felt like
that's
it
what I'm
just
saying. I was
started.
like, shit, damn. Yeah, 10 episodes, man. It was really. I mean, they started off with like the first week was like 3 episodes, and then
Oh, okay,
they just have to make
okay.
up the rest. But it's a good one. Uh, Hello Tomorrow, that's a pretty good one too as well. Um, that's on its season finale as well tomorrow. I haven't locked into Ted Lasso yet. There's like 2 episodes in. Probably gonna catch that tomorrow because Ted Lasso's my shit. Um, as far as like I've been contemplating, I haven't pre-ordered anything in a very long time as far as like figures and shit like that because I'm like trying to be good. But like this one figure came out, I posted on the group chat on the Untitled Facebook group. Dude, I'm like I'm just waiting. Like I'm gonna share like this figure.
Nah, I saw that. That shit's tough.
No,
Yo,
that shit was
Fire.
like come on, this shit is super
Yeah,
fire, and I
I
know
need
that
that.
I think that this is like the most like Kang suit that we're gonna get because we're gonna get him in other iterations, but we're not gonna get him in this
Right.
comic book accurate one. There's gonna be different versions and different costumes and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, he's gonna get paid a lot because Hot Toys paid by the head sculpt, and so like if he's playing like multiple characters, he's gonna have multiple figures, and
Oh man,
the
hit the
only person that
jackpot.
has that kind of deal. And the only person that has that kind of deal is Robert Downey because there's Matt Iron Man Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 20 of them shits. So, and they still keep making them shits. I'm like, damn. Other than that, pretty chill. Still on the hunt for work. But still blessed that I was able. I mean, I'm able to just kind of like pay my bills and all that kind of shit. But yeah, pretty chill. Pretty chill. What about you, Fresh Prince? How was your week?
It's been a pretty chill week, pretty slow. I mean, I got a chance. It was like my movie week, honestly. So I got a chance to see a couple of things. You guys really talked about it, so I'm not gonna go into too much. We could bring them back up again, I guess. But I did see Shazam too. I saw Cocaine Bear. Are we gonna talk about that or not?
White lines,
Yeah, we
pierce
can talk about that.
All right. So I won't go into it then. So yeah, I totally enjoyed that movie so much. I watched that shit like 3 times this week. Like I seen it first myself, then my son was mad. I went without him, so I watched that with him. Then I watched it with my cousin. So that shit is highly, highly entertaining, yo. Highly. I saw Creed 3 also. I think you guys talked about that. So I mean, just to go in a little
amazing
bit.
movie.
Yeah,
Amazing movie.
I love that movie, man. Shout out to my man Michael B. Jordan because, like, to me, it's like that's for all of us that are like anime fans and real true fans of that and film. Like, he found a perfect way to me to merge these different things that we're into, man. Like when they got into that 11th round and like everything just like zoned out, and they was in their own little zone in the ring. Like for anybody that plays sports, like you understand that. Like to me, like I'm not gonna go into it, but I had a moment where I was in high school playing a football game, and it was like I caught the last second like game winning touchdown, and it's like in real life, like that shit happens. Like when you really focus and zone in like that, like you really zone everything out, like everything goes into slow motion. Like I used to think that was just like movies embellishing and artistic shit fashion, you know what I'm saying? But that's a real aspect of sports, like if you really played sports at a high level. So just little things like that, the way he captured certain things. Like people were complaining about the fighting, but to me, I felt like I love the fighting because they slowed it down. You could see everything, the counters, the punches, the hits, everything. So I just enjoyed that movie so much. The soundtrack, the acting. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm not gonna go. We all know Jonathan Majors fucking killed it, but like I appreciated everybody in that movie, down to the little girl, man. Just the acting throughout everybody, I loved, and I'm open for. They talking about making a Creed universe. I'm open for all of that. More movies, shows, whatever they want to do, I'm into it. So I definitely enjoyed that. That was a 5 for me. I highly enjoyed myself. Um, I saw some other things that I can't really remember because I didn't write everything down, and we did an early episode, so I can't remember everything. It'll probably come back up later, but yeah, it was a cool week. Parent teacher conference. I'm not gonna go into that, but that had me on a whole different level today. So it's just like I'm just happy to be here right now and talk about some other stuff.
Right. Young and messed up.
Bro, royally. Royally.
Oh no.
Royally.
Oh,
And
man.
it's so like, yeah, without going into everything, it's just like this was the moment. It's like a do or die moment for me. Like I had to like put this forward to him. Like, yeah, you're a freshman, but this is do or die, bro. You can't be out here playing around. Like again, I'm not. I don't want to go into it. This is like for parents. We know what it is, but it's just like, bro, you are not everybody else, and I don't want you to try to be everybody else. Be yourself. Do what you need to do. Do what people is telling you to do, and accomplish what you need to accomplish, and take it from there. Like, um, it's hard, man. It's hard. Fatherhood, single parent shit is hard, but this is what it is, man. This is what it is.
No, yep, 100%, bro. I feel you, man. My son is the same way, and I had a conversation with him yesterday because he's hard on himself too, but at the same time, like he would say, "Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid." I'm like, dude, you're not stupid. You're just doing stupid shit, and
Right.
you're appropriating stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Stop appropriating it, because that's not who you are. Like he's fucking smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's smart, he's witty, he understands nuance, he understands all the kind of shit. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I could joke with him, you know, and he catches things like stuff that I would have caught when I was young, his age.
Right.
That
Right.
would have went over my head. So
Mm-hmm.
like he knows he's fucking sneaky. He's fucking that shit be killing me, bro. Like he finds ways to like he's been
Mm-hmm.
grounded. He's been grounded 365 days in a year, and he still finds ways to get around shit.
Yep.
And I know how it is, man. It's and now we like raising young adults now, and it's different. Like I've never had to raise a fucking teenager before, so
Mm-hmm.
now we transitioning to that from him being a child to like now being a teenager. You
Mm-hmm.
know, in 2 years. But
And understanding
it's rough.
the consequences of your decisions, man. Because my main thing is consequences. It's not always bad. Like it could be good. Like, but at the end of the day, you need to be able to preemptively figure out what situation you are in and look at it, decisions you make, and figure out what the consequences are going to be from those decisions that you might make, and figure out if you're able to deal with it. If you're not, then that's not the decision you're supposed to make. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
really hard on him about. And I mean, yeah, they're boys, they're young, and it is what it is. But at the same time, when it comes to education, I'm really big on that, man. I'm really big on that. I'm not saying you got to go to college, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you need to have some type of basic foundational knowledge because this world will get over on you very quickly if you don't understand what's going on. And that's my main thing. Just being able to see things for what they are as your own individual and make decisions based on that. So it's hard, but again, I'm trying not to be down on myself. I'm trying not to be too hard on him. but also keep up the intensity on how important this stuff is, because I don't want him to slack off or fall off. We all know the school to prison pipeline, and I'm not gonna let my son be a part of that statistic. So that's really where most of my stress comes from. But yeah,
See, there we go. Like we talk about everything on this program. Like we talk about parenting. So come on,
I'm the only one that can relate on this panel.
No, I'm just saying, like we like a Swiss Army knife when it comes down to like podcasting, bro. So you can get some parenting advice here, man.
Or give some if you got some. Give it to me. Shit.
Yeah, word, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I was so tight because I was really trying to like book a flight to California, out to San Diego, not San Diego, Anaheim for 3 days. I wanted to go to that Snyder event because I got like that. I got the Justice League vinyl set like a year ago, and I wanted, like, my thing was to get that shit like signed. It's a big ass, like, it's has if you remember in the Snyder cut where they show like kind of like the glyph of Darkseid. It's that's the on the vinyl. It has hit that glyph, and it's heavy. And it's like I haven't opened it, but I wanted to get that shit signed by all the actors. So like every day he's releasing who's gonna go to these events. He hasn't nobody like from the big cast, but like as far as like I think who's going. I think Henry Lennox is going.
I was just about to say that Harry Lennox. That's my guy.
Yeah, like the motherfuckers that will go anywhere. You know what I mean? They available. You know what I mean? But the tickets go on sale tomorrow. He Zack Snyder released this photo of the poster.
Yo, bro.
This poster, it says Snyderverse Trilogy. It says 10 years of heroes, 3 epic movies, 1 man's vision. And this fucking poster looks fucking fire, bro.
This is the epitome of Zack Snyder right here. It's like the shots that this dude chooses.
And look, AMC, Universal, and Warner Brothers is backing this. So a lot of people said he doesn't have a really good relationship with WB. But in the tweet right here, he goes, "Thank you to Warner Brothers for all your support helping making this happen." So WB helped facilitate this whole entire event. So I don't know if it's WB, because I know it's WB, but I don't know if it's like the James Gunn, Peter Safran, team. I think this is like a kind of
they just trying to get
offset.
They just trying to get PC.
Yeah,
man. They need some bread, man. They in the hole right now. They need big bread.
So I mean, it's pretty. I always try to support because they have the AFSP, and I'm a big advocate for that. But yeah, I wanted to go, but I guess I'll be going there in spirit. Maybe next time. Shit, yo, what I really wanted to do was find out exactly where they're gonna be filming Daredevil. I know it's on 123rd, but I don't know what avenue it's on. It looks like it's in the west side of 123rd. It doesn't look like the east side, because I'm from the east side, and there's nothing east side about that backdrop.
They were filming something around where I work, but I couldn't. The labels just said FBI.
Oh no, that's Daredevil. If it was filming in City Hall, the City Hall location.
Yeah,
I don't know, like right around the Flatiron. So it was just like around there, but it was blocks of like filming cast, like from 17th Street almost to 19th, 20th.
Did you see?
I don't know.
Did you see what the vehicles look like?
Of them. I was just like,
if the vehicles look old school, then it's most likely Daredevil.
I didn't see any vehicles. It was like early in the morning and shit, and I was looking for like, I was just saw all the filming equipment. I was like, I wonder what they're filming, and I saw a sign, and it just said FBI on it. It didn't say anything else. And I was just like, I wonder if it's like a CSI thing or.
Yeah, I need to start doing these things, because how a lot of the times when you see your actors signing autographs and shit, like, those people know exactly where these people are going to be.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, they know and I'm like, I need to tap in.
They kind of like stalk him. That's why.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think for the most part, I think I need to start stalking people if I need to get these autographs because I don't. And the funny thing is, like, I have really good. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but like, I'm really good at meeting celebrities. Like, I was always Don's like rabbit foot. You know what I mean for these Comic-Con events because every time when I went with him, he met everyone that he wanted to meet. Like I
This
just.
is true.
And
There's
yeah,
no
it's
lie
just
in
this is multiple living testaments of my my fuckery.
It's
So
just
like,
it's like you just have that luck. It's not
yo,
even
for
like you're
real.
trying; it just happens.
Yeah, so just imagine if I'm trying to look for them. If I'm trying to look, bro, like I really want to get that peace sign. So like, even like meeting like Matt Murdock or Charlie Cox, that'd be fucking dope to see. Have get a picture with him
Yeah.
and like put that on the channel. Like, yo, let's just try to get one of these motherfuckers to do a drop. Like, yo, can you say
Right.
Untitled Podcast
Real
first?
quick.
Like, and throw that shit in the fucking intro. Like, trying to like really put myself out there. It'd be nice because they don't really film a lot in New York, bro. Like, you have to
Right,
have a lot of
yeah.
money to film in New York.
Yeah.
Because they'd rather film in Atlanta. You know, they'd rather film in California. Fucking Hawaii. They don't want to. Yeah, like, and what really pisses me off, and I know it's off topic, but like the Ghostbusters movie is not filming in New York, and I'm like, yo, how you not filming in New York?
Exactly.
They're filming in fucking London.
Blasphemy.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
they're filming in London. I'm like, yo, bro, like you can't do that, dude. You gotta film in New York.
I mean, but if they're doing that, I'm gonna be honest. Most likely they're doing that because it's tax breaks. If they're shooting in London, it's tax breaks. Why they doing it?
Oh yeah, 100%. But at the same time, it's like you could
But
tell
nah, I feel you.
when
Like,
something
yeah, that's
looks like a
crazy.
set.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could tell when something looks like a set. Like Ghostbusters Afterlife, that shit was filmed on a location. It didn't look fake, right? But now you're gonna make a place to look like New York. Like, come on, that fucking that base is still there. That fucking firehouse is still there. You
firehouse,
couldn't fucking do that.
man.
So I don't know, man. But I guess it is I don't know. I really can't call it, but yeah. But I really want to go to these kind of like fan events and shit like that. But yeah, Zach, I wish I lived in fucking California. I would have fucking went to this fucking. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I live in California. I don't need to do nothing. I just drive X amount of hours just to get there and be there for 3 days. But like this shit is like a whole fucking thing. You gotta fly out there, get hotel rooms and all that kind of shit. It's like, man, that's a lot, bro. Like, it's cool, man. I wish them all the best, man. It sucks. I wish I was there. I really want to see the Justice League movie in theaters. I want to see that shit on the big screen.
Yeah.
I could imagine, like, you know what I mean, like. So they're doing like an AMC thing. I think the AMC may be doing like a 3-day thing next month for like every city. So I think we might get it. So if that's the case, I might get tickets for that. So I would like to see that shit on IMAX.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anything is coming out in April, so the IMAX screens might be available.
I mean, it's Super Mario, but that's beginning of April. Other than that, probably not.
Yeah, Super Mario is April, right? You said April?
Yeah. April 5th.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I gotta see that. I gotta see Mario. So yeah, we were talking about this earlier. So TikTok was taken to court. Pretty much the same thing that happened last year, or not last year, when Trump was in office. He wanted the company to sell off to like American servers, so they don't have like any kind of, because it's a Chinese company. So it's funny because a lot of like Democrats are like, why are they doing this? Why Republicans are kind of like overreaching to get these people banned? But like now, having more of a democratic situation here, they're like, oh, they're gonna do the same thing that Trump just did. So they're trying to ban as well. And I get it why they're trying to ban it. Because they notice that there's like a trend of these people, like, if you constantly on your phone, constantly on TikTok, like you kind of like lose like focus, like you just, because it's like constant content consumption, pretty much. Like you lose kind of like focus, especially for like younger kids that's like growing up. It's kind of like melting their brain. I get it, but yo, I was watching that shit. I was watching like a little bit of it. Yo, the questions that these old motherfuckers be having, like, so, so I have a question. Does TikTok record my Wi-Fi information when accessing TikTok? And he was, the fucking CEO was like, "What? I don't understand your question." He was like, "Yeah, it fucking record. It requires you to if you're going to connect to the Wi-Fi. They be having the most dumbest fucking questions." I'm like, "Who they have? They got to have the younger people like have like real questions, like real high IQ fucking questions."
But there
Which
is
is wild.
some crazy shit that's attached to their terms and conditions that I've heard that I think the real reason why the government, I mean, at the end of the day, we understand it's the government. They want control because they don't control the algorithm. They don't control what's getting pushed out to us. Like you said, when people getting caught in rabbit holes and being on the shit for hours, they're not controlling what we're seeing. So that's one aspect of it, is that they're not in control. Second aspect I heard about is that they're talking about, like, even if I'm on my phone, right, and I'm logged into TikTok, they're basically saying, like, if I'm in a Starbucks or in like an internet cafe or something like that, my phone or TikTok basically has access to all of the surrounding computers and information that's in those computers surrounding my phone, based off of the fact that there's a lot of different things that are kind of weird. It's like, why do you need that for just an app? Like, there's a lot of other things that people are really concerned about. It's not just TikTok, and because it's a Chinese company, but there's a lot of things that violate people's personal privacy that are parts of that terms and conditions that a lot of people are really concerned about.
Okay, but you know the best thing about terms and conditions, if you want to read it,
You
and if
can.
you don't agree with it, then no done with that.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
you take you go ahead and swipe really quickly and press next, and you're upset because you consented to some shit that you don't want to consent to. And there's a lot of companies that do some real fuck shit. It's just we pick and choose what we want. And I think that, like you said, I think us in the U.S. want control of TikTok because we want to make money. We're not making money off this shit. It's all about money. Because listen, if you want to talk about like privacy and information being location, dude, Apple does this shit all the time.
Yep.
Like the reason why AirTags work is because they're using other iPhones,
Yep.
not with your knowledge, to locate these tags when they go missing. So when your tag goes missing, right, and someone with an iPhone walks by, that tag pops, it logs into that phone privately to
Mm-hmm.
send information to the cloud to let you know last known location, last
Right.
known location.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking Apple Maps, exactly. How do you know there's traffic right now? That's because every iPhone has suddenly stopped on a highway. That's how
Mm-hmm.
they measure traffic and how much time is within that traffic. So like people pick and choose what they're outraged about. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I don't have like porn on my phone. I don't have kitty porn on my phone. I don't have I'm not like I don't give a shit. Like if you want to look through my camera, fine, go ahead. If you want to see my ass, go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Right?
Don't like listen.
Yeah,
I don't
facts.
I don't care. I'm not a fucking I'm not conjuring some shit. Like listen, I'm not that important. Like it's gonna be a very boring feed if you want to look through my shit. Um yeah, but it's weird, bro. Like but I get it. There's some people that just don't want that information to go out. But also like if you get an iPhone, that kind of like opens up everything to like all the shit that you don't like. So just get yourself like one of those like you know phones. What do you call the Snowden
Burner?
phones
A
that he's
burner phone?
selling? Yeah, get a flip phone. You know what I mean? No touchscreen, no nothing. Just cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Or read the terms and conditions, bro. That's it. That's it. That's what you have to do. But yeah, there was something else that popped up. Tekashi 69 that happened.
Oh
So
my
he got
God.
so they, so what's crazy, right? I'm not I'm not of the streets anymore. I am a civilian, right? But what I think is kind of whack is that people are they just beat him up when those people have nothing to do with anything that he snitched on, right? These are people that are looking for clout,
Yep.
looking for like attention. But I also heard. Well, I didn't hear. I saw for myself. Like when they had the Worldwide Baseball Classic, he was wilding. Like when because he's a Mexican dude. Mexico was playing, and he was talking mad shit about the Puerto Ricans. I tell you one thing: you don't talk about Puerto Ricans in Florida. That's where we all go. All the leather coat Puerto Ricans, they go to Florida. They go to Florida.
I'm back. What up,
Yo,
man?
They, so
all the
You came
leather
back just
coat
in time for
Puerto
the leather Puerto
Ricans.
yeah,
Ricans, bro.
all the leather coat Puerto Ricans, they go to Florida. That's where they all go. So if you're gonna sit here and talk shit about Puerto Ricans, bro, in Florida, trust and believe they will find you. And the dude that found him was like some OG Latin
Woo!
king, like super Puerto Rican, and he got his ass whooped. It's fucked up because like
Oh,
that's
Takashi?
yeah.
Man, that boy
So
got. You gonna learn to stop running his mouth soon. Don't worry.
Hopefully
like
before he die.
he was wilding because he was wilding. He was talking about Puerto Ricans on during that baseball shit, and I'm like, oh, that's not gonna bode well. You're in the wrong state. You're in the wrong state because motherfuckers out there proud
But he's
and
Mexican, right?
he's Mexican. Yeah, but he was talking about when they was having the Worldwide Baseball Classic out in Miami. It was Mexico versus another Mexico versus some other shit. But he was talking about the Puerto Rican team because we've been kind of like we was hot.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, fuck that shit. Da, da, da. He was talking mad crazy shit. I don't know exactly what he said, but he was definitely saying something Puerto Rican. Da, da, da. But anyways, he got his ass whooped.
Yeah,
That shit's crazy though.
my favorite shit is the cameraman who recorded the whole ass whooping at the end. Like, yo, Takashi, I'm fat. He said, yo, y'all jump me. He said, I ain't jump you. He said, I ain't jump you. He said, nah, man, y'all jump me. He said, Takashi, man, you my big fat. I'm a big fat, man. Yo, I love you, Takashi. He
Nigga,
said, nah, man, you jump me.
nigga, you just watched me get my ass whooped, recorded it, and then got the nerve to say I'm your biggest fan. Why the fuck you ain't help me,
I
bro?
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like,
And sold it to TMZ.
I ain't gonna hold you. This motherfucker, like, a lot of people don't like this motherfucker because for what he did, but like, he got beat up by some big ass dude, and he held it up. He held his shit. He's like, fuck it, I'm by myself. It's all good. Like, that shit crazy. He was alive after that shit. That motherfucker's arm was the size of Takashi's.
That dude, he has to have broken ribs, bro. The way that dude kicked him in his rib, oh
That kick,
my
that's
god,
just
bro.
a boom.
Oh my god, bro. Like
I heard a pop.
I don't even. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even like watching stuff like that. But because I seen it, I sent it to the group chat or whatever. But I don't even like watching stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest. The way this dude be walking around and talking and acting, I've been saying for the longest of times, I don't fuck with this dude. I don't hate him. Listen, I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna hate nobody. You a little kid. You acting stupid right now. So the whole thing is, you need to chill the fuck out. So that's the way I feel about him. And seeing this, I'm not even, it's like seeing women scantily clad and being like, yo, they got raped. And somebody saying, yo, they deserve to get raped. No, they didn't. Like, at the end of the day, just like I'm going to say this dude didn't deserve to get fucked up like that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say, you understand the things that you are doing to contribute to these consequences or outcomes that you are privy to or a part of. So you as a person need to understand what you're doing wrong and stop that shit. I'm not going to say it's right. That shit hurt me to my core to see that shit again. Like the way he stomped him was like, fuck. But bro, calm down. Stop with this shit. You not that dude, bro. Give it up. Give this shit up before you fucking get murdered out here, bro. Give it up.
I'm a totally different beast than you, nigga. I like all that shit. Yo.
I know.
I literally I literally go online to watch fights.
I don't like it, man. I don't like
I watch
it,
all
man.
that shit. Yo, listen, man. I don't feel bad for him for the simple fact is that this is the he led himself down to this course, man. He led himself down this road, bro. This is the route you're taking. This is the route you chose, bro.
Right.
Like, you know, you're not about. I told my son, like I said, listen, you're not about this life, yo. Don't listen to these rap songs and shit and think that you gangster, that you out here with your gang, and you're not about this life. Because when the life come up and reach you, you're gonna wish you like, oh no, please stop.
Mm-hmm.
So be a kid, Stop. Don't let these rap songs influence you. Be a kid and shit. Go out there and have your fun and leave that shit to the people who are about that life, who have no choice but to be in that life. Because
Exactly.
that's why they're in that life.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
you know you're not supposed to be in that life. Like he's he's not supposed to be in that life, bro. Takashi was a little private school going to mofo. He had his hair little cut like a little cut like he had his hair cut like a little like clean cut and everything. That's who he was until he became a rapper and pretended to be blood and all that shit.
Shit, say it
Like
again
this
for
is
the
not your
people in the
life,
back,
bro.
Red. Say it again for the people in the back, Red.
This is not your life, bro. This is not your bro. This life is not for you, Takashi. You need to stop it. It's not. You're gonna really get hurt out here. Cause there's some real killers out here that do not care. They do not care about your well being. They don't care about your safety. They don't care about nothing. You just got beat up in a LA Fitness in Florida, bro. How embarrassing is that? Stop it, bro.
Yo, wow, yo.
The man was wearing Crocs and a
Crocs,
tight
bro.
1950s style shorts, bro. Let it go,
You
bro.
out in Crocs, bro. And this is not us wishing nothing bad on you, bro. This is just us telling you we all see the consequences. If you don't see this shit by now, we see it. Give it up, my nigga.
Keep rap the songs and keep the shit in the rap, yo. You're not about that life. Don't try and live it.
And get some fucking security, bro. What are you doing, right?
He has security. I don't understand it. He had security. Where did his security go? Because the nigga had security before. I don't understand it. You know?
His security. I think his security was like, I think there was some other shit like they had left or whatever like that. But I think that it was like an inside job. Like the way it was. If you watch the whole video, like the dude called and he was waiting for him outside,
Well, somebody
and the
set him
guy.
up.
It was
They
a
had to set
setup.
him up.
And the
They
guy
had to set him
comes
up.
in, and then the girl's in the front, and he's like, yeah, he's with me. And they walk straight to the sauna. Because he was in the sauna. So he was saying, yeah.
You telling me somebody, first of all, he has the biggest payday ever coming to him, bro. I'll be suing the shit out of LA Fitness.
Oh, he's gonna. He's gonna. Because
he's gonna be sued.
they're gonna be like, why he came in without a membership pass? Because it was crazy. They didn't say shit, and they straight beeline. So someone gave his location. They saw him and gave a location. So what is it? It
It's
was
not
green
only
light.
that. It's not only that, but like you let a person. That's one thing. You let a person in without a membership pass. Two, I'm getting assaulted in your bathroom, and there's no workers coming in there. Nobody trying to break that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You have no workers in LA Fitness? Like, come on now. Because everybody knew what was going down. Because you saw it when at the end of the video, bad people were standing outside that bathroom.
Yep.
So they knew shit was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said before you came like I said before you came back, right? I'm like, listen, I'm a civilian now. I don't dabble in these street things, bro. Like that's not what I do, bro. Like, listen, these young motherfuckers are different. Like they're OGs. They don't even have OGs.
Nah, they don't.
And so
Exactly. That's the problem.
so you got these young dudes that's tutoring these younger dudes with no OG. It's Lord of the Flies when it comes down to this gang shit.
Exactly. The blind leading the fucking blind, yo.
So nah, man. Again, we talk about everything here on this program here. So moving away from gang talk.
We
got caught lacking.
We went from education to gang talk. Word. What's next?
So what's next? It's gonna be off topic from that. So we all know that Victoria Alonso got fired. She was in charge. She was in charge with. Yeah, she got fired. She was in charge of the VFX for Marvel, the casting. A lot of the casting that they
well, thank you for telling me because I was like Thanos. I don't even know who this is.
For real? Nah, I always knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was in charge of the VFX. I always knew her and gave her props because of the casting. I always knew she was heavy like on the casting.
Well, I'm Thanos. I'm Thanos. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, so right here it says 8 days later she was fired. Marvel's president of physical production, post-production. She dealt with post-production, VFX, and animation. And so, you guys, we all know that the VFX has been kind of like lacking the last couple of years. So that kind of came down the pipeline.
She get fired. She's in charge of that shit? Yeah. That
and a
fire
lot
was
of
justified.
and with the whole like Bob and the whole like Bob Iger situation where like there's a lot of casting that's being done that seems like the word that people use now is a whole like woke shit. She was in charge of like that, like race changing, all that kind of shit, like inclusion, like we have to put a trans on this, trans on that, gay in this, gay in that. She was in charge of that kind of shit, so they kind of like moved away from that.
I ain't gonna hold
Because
you. It's probably that Peter Pan trailer that set it off. Yo. You said that
I was watching some shit. I was watching some shit on what I forget what I was watching. It was on I think it was on Instagram or some shit. The guy was like, "Oh, so we got an Indian Peter Pan, right? We got a black Tinkerbell. We
Peter Pan's Indian?
Peter Pan's
I didn't
Indian.
even know that.
Lord, take me down.
Yo, Peter Pan's Indian. Peter Pan's Indian. Tinkerbell's black. We have Lost Boys and Lost Girls, right? But guess who they keep the same? A white villain.
Captain Hook.
They didn't change that.
What?
They're like, oh, let's keep that white.
Yeah.
First of all,
and it messes up the whole lore of
Peter Pan. Does.
Like,
because they already have Indians in fucking Neverland. That's Peter Pan interacts with the Indians. They have Indians. Why are you making the lead character Indian?
But those were like Native American Indians, not like red.
No. He's from India, not native.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My bad if I wasn't clear about that. But like it messes up the whole lore, right? The whole reason why there's Lost Boys, right? There was a whole thing where if kids fell out the stroller, right? If a boy fell out the stroller and he was on the floor for a certain amount of time, that's when the kids get taken away to Neverland. The reason why there was never girls is because the writer felt that girls were too smart and witty to fall out their stroller. That's why there was never any kind of girls in Neverland. So now everyone is dumb, right?
I remember this in Hook. Peter Pan fell out his stroller, and then Tinkerbell came and got him and took him to Neverland.
Yeah, so they always said that boys are the ones that will fall over, and that's why there was always like the Lost Boys. But yeah, man, she got axed, bro, and she's been with the company for 19 years. I've seen her on the red carpet. She's been very like before she was never like in the limelight, but like since like the last 2-3 years, she's been like I've seen her.
Yeah,
like she was the one that casted Sochi Gomez,
right, yeah.
Like all these like new casting, like you started seeing her now more on the red carpet. And
you think they set her up?
She got let go. And
now that you're saying that, you think they
I
set her
have no
up?
idea. Maybe they needed a fall guy. They needed a fall guy. And then if you think about it, all the Disney Plus shows, Loki, everything got pushed back. They don't have a date anymore. They may not even come out in 2023 now.
I'm sorry, but like
wow.
Yeah, Loki was supposed to come out I think this year, and I believe now on the website it just says coming soon now.
Wow.
So they got rid of that.
I'm sorry. I don't back. Sometimes I do back like race changing, but I don't back this because to me Peter Pan is a Caucasian man. I can't see Peter Pan being anything but a white boy.
But is that detrimental to his story though? I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, is it really that big of a deal if you race swap him?
I feel like
no.
I feel like because of his interactions with the other people in Neverland, it's like the being of a white person. Like he interacts with mermaids. He's different. Like he interacts with the Indians. It shows that he's different with the Native American Indians. He's different. He's not one of them, but he's accepted by everybody in Neverland because he's a pure-hearted person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the only difference is Captain Hook is the only person I hate him because he cut off his hand and fed it to the crocodile, so that's why they got beef. But other than that, Peter Pan is beloved everywhere in Neverland, and I mean, I've always visioned him as a white boy because he was a very rich. I think his family was rich before he was taken away.
He came from an aristocratic family.
Yeah, and I mean back in those days, if we look at the time setting, there wasn't too many aristocratic colored families. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
So that's why I feel like Peter Pan is always. I don't know. He should be Caucasian to me, but you know, people gonna
Yeah,
disagree with me. People gonna disagree with me. I know people. Oh, shut the f up, Jared. You don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
I
yeah,
totally, I feel where you coming from as far as like a kid growing up and that's what we're used to. I just posed that question because at the same time, again, I agree with you, right? But at the same time, I don't think if you change his race is that big of a deal because it's not like something that is intrinsic to his story, to me personally. I'm not
I
calling
think it's a
for it,
big.
but I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's a big deal for Disney. Also, why not just off of, now even off the story rip, but like for years, bro, you had me seeing Peter Pan as this redheaded kid in a green tunic, and Tinkerbell is this blonde headed chick, is blonde headed sidekick, and now you change that, and that's what the character's been for years. So now you don't even have those characters no more. So like, who's the real Peter Pan in Disney eyes? Who's the real Peter Pan now? Because now you got two Peter Pans.
so. By saying this, do you think it was a bad idea to do this whole Little Mermaid thing too? Then
Huh?
I said, judging off of or based off of what you just said. So do you think it's also a bad thing what they did with this whole Little Mermaid situation?
Little Mermaid. I'm trolling with Little Mermaid, but at the same time, I do believe I felt like they should have got a redhead. They should have got a ginger to play Ariel.
Hmm.
But they said this girl killed the role, and I'm not gonna hate on her. That she killed it, she killed it.
Right.
She took the role, she took it. I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the same thing with this. I'm just saying what I prefer. It's not. I'm not going so far to say I'm not watching this movie. I'm not going to support it because these characters
yeah.
are not
Right.
this.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And I think with Little Mermaid, because it's a Disney property, like Little Mermaid has only been white since the '90s, right? Versus Tinkerbell has been like white for 100 years.
Yeah. That can't.
It
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Right.
throws it
Right.
off,
Right.
like,
Exactly. Yeah.
and it's a little bit different. So like, yeah, it's weird. Listen, at the end of the listen, we all a panel. Our panel right now, we black and brown, right? And I would like to see our people on the big screen, but like people should get roles based on like if they can act, bro.
Right.
Like
Right.
don't fucking
Don't
put
force
people
it.
in movie roles because they're black or they're brown. Like
Hmm.
they should be good at acting.
Hmm.
Don't try to do it for a quota because then it takes the movie and it takes away because if the person doesn't know how to act, you can't sell the film. Then it just looks like something that's just been super PC. You know, like the Ariel, right? She's a black chick, right? It's fine, but she sounds amazing. She sounds up to par to the cartoon,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Yaya Shadi, like the chick plays Tinkerbell. Like people say, oh, she's black, but like she's also Lebanese, right? But they don't
Hmm.
care. They don't care about the Lebanese part. They
Right.
only care about the black
Exactly.
part. And
Exactly.
she looks more like her mom.
Hmm.
And listen, I don't care as long as you great. You like Yaya, she's good. She was good in Grownish, Mixed This, all that kind of shit. Like I have no problems with her. She's a good actress. She's beautiful. She's pretty. She could pull off the Tinkerbell role. But like
Hmm.
I get what Red is saying. Like if you so like accustomed to seeing some shit, I get it. They want to break that, but like when Tinkerbell's like 100 years, man. Like
Right.
even you can't change the way she looks in the old Disney shit where Tinkerbell flies around the castle. You know what I mean? Like she's been white ever since then. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
so.
And then
Oh,
this,
Tinkerbell's 119 years old. So thank you, so.
My man didn't even say that. He just
is
fact
she?
check on the low.
Yeah, she's 119 years
Damn.
old.
Man in the chair.
So
Good looking.
she's been white for 119 years.
But and then not only that, but like I feel like it's lazy inclusion too. It's not only that okay, you want to include other. It's lazy inclusion. Like right, make new stories. You are a big global conglomerate media franchise. Make new stories that include multiple races. Stop taking your old IPs and then putting people in, including people into it because you just want to do inclusion or whatever. Make new stories and include different races in it. You can do it. You're Disney.
Yeah, they could, bro. Just imagine, like it would suck. Like I know it's kind of like a weird situation, but like imagine like you just born white and you have to just deal with this kind of shit. Like because you're white, you have to like
because of what your ancestors did. You gotta
Yeah, because the
suffer
ancestors, like
now.
it's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up, right?
Like I
Like,
ain't even did nothing. Damn.
yeah, like they didn't do shit. But I get it. Someone's out there like being a dickhead, being super racist and all that kind of shit. Like, yeah, you should go fuck yourself. But like, if someone's just like, yo, I was just born. I rolled down the wrong slide in heaven, right? You know, I'm white. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not their fault for someone being white. Like, someone shouldn't hate themselves because they're white or be behind some other. Behind, you got one life, bro. You only got one life, and it's how you choose you want to live it, man. It's
I mean, I'm
fucked
not
up.
gonna lie. There's been like I watch a lot of like podcasts and a lot of stuff with. There's a lot of uptick in like disrespecting white people. Like they like, especially when like they speak about life stuff, like stuff about life, and these people were just going in. Oh, here goes a white person, white explaining to us about like they'll just go so much vitriol just because it's a white person saying these things. It's not even that not even the fact that they're speaking the truth. They can't admit that they're speaking the truth, but it's because it's a white person saying it, they automatically hate it and they're against it. You know, it's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like you have to sit there and take it, right? Because you're white, right? Like all the shit that your ancestors that you have to take these kind of like jabs. Like I was watching another podcast and the dude was like, yeah, I don't want to watch another Superman. I don't want to watch another mayonnaise. Finding another mayonnaise person to raise another mayonnaise. I'm like, yo, bro, how is that even right, bro? Like,
Yo.
how you sit there call some? I mean, it's a funny ass term, right? Because it's mayonnaise, right? But like, if someone said if a white person said the same exact thing, like how would you feel? Like if the person
Mad,
described you as a
mad
fucking,
Like,
outrage.
you know what I mean?
can you imagine a white person sitting there saying, "Man, I don't care about another Black Panther. I don't want to see another. I don't want no tar baby looking for another tar baby." Imagine they said some shit
Word,
like that, bro.
word.
Like,
Yeah, like
You
it's
be
just kind
ready
of
to
fucked up. Like
find
I
him and
think,
kill him, bro. Like, yes.
like at this point in time, like, in order for us to kind of like move forward, you gotta like just strip away like just identifying someone like based on like that, like kind of shit, like just like it just you can't describe someone as a fucking something that's like mayonnaise. Like it's kind of trash for me. I was never like that. That's kind of like
People need to really
it's fucked
learn.
up.
I think going based upon what you said, my problem is that people do not know how to express their own feelings. People do not understand how to speak the English language in dialogue or have a debate. People don't understand the difference between like a debate and an argument, and it's like that's what everybody does is they argue. They don't listen. They let you talk and they close their ears and they wait for you to finish talking so they could come back and say something, or they wait to hear something so they could come back to it. It's like, no, this is not how you have discourse. It's like the best thing, again, like, yes, we're all black and brown people on this panel, right? But we all come from different upbringings. We all have different viewpoints, even though we do view a lot of things very similarly. But we don't agree on everything. So at the same time, we need to be able to sit back and listen to someone, because someone might give you a different perspective that you can use to either alter your current state of thinking or use that to strengthen your current state of thinking, and but also be able to verbalize that to someone and not make it come off as if you're trying to disrespect or tear somebody down as an individual just because of a point that they made. That's what most people do. It's like you can't really verbalize what you feel, so now you want to turn to insults. And like you said, oh, a mayonnaise version or whatever. No, explain what you're talking about. Being so surface level
Yeah,
with everything.
bro,
yeah. You know this podcast, what we got going on here, like this is not like an echo chamber. We're not gonna have, like you said, the same exact opinions. I don't want. I would hate to have a show where like I said, like an echo chamber. And it'll be so bland to have the same exact viewpoints, because it's like you will never get like because based on the viewers, right? There might be a viewer that agree more with me or agree more with Fresh Prince or Red. Like there's gonna be somebody for each one of us. So it's just I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, man. And I just think that when I hear these kind of comments, bro, I don't even laugh anymore. It's like, it's kind of whack because it's fucked up. Like whenever someone like is up for an award, right? If a person is black or brown, like people start going crazy, like, oh, the white person should have get it. You should give it to the black or brown person. Like it's for me, it's based on performance, bro. Like
Right.
if you perform better, and a lot of times I like to educate myself and watch these movies, right? So I know exactly what I'm looking at, right? You know, like the Oscars, right? Normally, I would back in the days, like I was not even say back in the days. I would say like maybe 7 years ago, I wouldn't know any about any of these movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these movies are never something that's like talked about. But like now, like when these awards come up, I'm already on it. I already seen these movies. I'm like, that movie was great. It should be up
Mm-hmm.
for like that should be up for Oscar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all like that now. We all like watching shit before it even becomes viral.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Fresh Prince put us on to that movie with Michelle Yeoh. I didn't know nothing about it. I heard about it, but you saw it first, and you was like, "Yo, this fucking movie is amazing." I took your word for it. I watched it, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit! This is gonna win Oscars."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. Like people not educated. Like they just rather just live in an echo chamber on Twitter and just have the same ideology
Yep.
and spew the same kind of hate. That's what
Twitter,
it is, bro.
IG, yeah, all the same.
Yeah, so like
Mm-hmm.
that's why. Who said it? Who would actor said that Twitter's not a real place? And that shit had me dying. Somebody said that shit.
Yeah, I heard that
Oh,
too.
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He said Twitter's not a real place. I was like, yeah, it's so fucking true. Like
I've been
it's not
saying
a
that
real
about the
place.
internet, period. Like way back since when Facebook was first getting popping. Like I used to have arguments with my son's mother at the time. It's like you're getting mad. I'm like, yo, this shit is not real. Like, what are you getting mad about? Like, it's like I'm here every day with you. You get mad about little shit on here. Like, it's like people live through this shit. We are. I don't want to say we because I'm not, and I know we're not. But like we as a species and this society right now are just like really integrated, and it's really almost like we're cyborgs now. Like we're really integrated into this technology to the point where
Everybody says, yeah.
most people
We're
can't
all
tell the
programmed.
difference between what's real and what's fake. Like what we talking about right now, it's like, oh my god, it's wild, wild.
And people nowadays too, they lack basic reading comprehension. You'd be amazed
Woo.
how people misread something and take it a totally different. Perfect example: the Skip Bayless tweet when the dude got injured. Skip Bayless did not say anything wrong, bro. He did not say anything wrong, bro. Like, but I did say that Skip Bayless should have said anything only because he was Skip
Yeah, he
Bayless,
should have just shut
and
the fuck
everybody
up.
thinks what he says the wrong way.
Yeah.
But when he said the way he said, like I understood it as the game was so important. There was so much riding on this game, but none of that means anything now that this guy is injured. That's the comprehension I read when I saw the tweet that he put out. People saw his tweet and they took it the whole other way. Like, oh, how the fuck he still talking about how important the game is and yada yada yada. This guy's hurt.
Yo, bro, when I saw the tweet, I didn't get offended. I'm like, it's business, right? He is a person that talks. He's a broadcaster. He's a journalist, right?
Yeah.
Just how like any job, right? So say if Chris gets hit by a bus. Sorry, Chris. Hypothetical Chris
Thanks.
get hit by a bus, right? You're
God
the only
forbid.
person that does your job. God forbid, right? You're the only person that does your job. What's gonna happen when you get hit? Management's gonna be like, who can it? Like they're gonna talk about it. They're not gonna talk about it. They're gonna try to find a replacement for you, or
Right.
talk about how can we tackle this?
Right.
How can we pivot and get his job done? It's the same thing with Skip Bayless. Like, yes, I get he's not shitting on the dude like I heard. He's just talking about the business aspect, how this is gonna work out, right? He's asking questions.
And then even then, he said none of that matters with the guy being hurt.
Right.
We're talking about all the business aspect, and even then he said it doesn't matter because this guy's hurt now, and that's what people took the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? But you know, at the same time, like people just hate Skip Bayless.
That's what I said.
Everybody just hates him.
That's what I'm trying to tell my friend. Like, yo, he feel like he should speak his opinion. I'm not saying he should speak his opinion, but because he skipped Bayless, he should not say shit.
Yeah, he should have waited
take what
a
he
little
says the
while.
wrong way all the time.
If Kendrick Perkins would have said it, nothing would have said nothing. It would have like if Kendrick Perkins or anybody else or even
Niggas
just
hate Kendrick
fucking.
Perkins too.
Nah, I would. Nah, you know what? They would have said Kendrick Perkins because his shit is trash too. Because what do you call that? He said some shit that he tried to insinuate. Somebody said something race. That the
No, he said that the
some shit is racist,
MVP,
right?
The MVP voting is racist in the NBA.
Yeah.
Mind you, only like only 3 white people has won MVP in the NBA. Everybody else has been black. So they say everybody's like, wait. You said MVP voted as racist.
And it was JJ Redick, right? That kind of
Yeah.
called him on his shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like how do you say that kind of shit? Because you know what it is. Like people would just say shit online, right? And he's on ESPN. Like there's certain things like once you say some shit, that shit's it's out there. You know what I
Stand on
mean?
it. Stand
You
on it.
gotta
'Cause
yeah, you
he
gotta stand on
wasn't
that shit.
he wasn't wrong, but I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what we talk about how, like perceptions, right? It's like I didn't know nothing about what's going on, but because I don't like Kendrick Perkins, and to me, I like his takes are all shit to me. You know what I'm saying? So before I knew what was going on, I'm like, yeah, JJ, get his ass, like, cause he's always talking some bullshit. But then when I watched it, I'm like, no, he wasn't wrong. But then JJ got him, and he didn't stand on what he was saying. So it's like now you look like that's actually what you were saying. Like it's some racist shit. You should have stood on what you were saying and came back with more facts. But once he got on you, you had nothing to say, and that's why I don't like Kendrick Perkins as an individual. Is because you're not the type of person I'm trying to look at for intelligence sakes anyway. And this was the perfect situation that proved that. But again, he wasn't wrong in what he said, but because it came from him and he couldn't factually back up the point that he was proving, which was right, now it looks like you're just spewing bullshit.
Yeah. That's right. Dude, we talk about everything here, bro. Damn, bro, we went everywhere. Today we talking today, man.
It's a good light week, so we could go everywhere now.
Yeah, man, we talking about everything, man. Oh man, so let's see what we have here. So like I said before we got into this crazy shit, Loki got delayed, so we don't know when that's coming out. I think Secret Wars is not Secret Wars. Secret Invasion is still slated for 2023, but it's looking shaky right now with the whole like hierarchy changing. Um, Bob Iger is looking to leave. I mean, well, his contract was for 2 years, right? But Disney is already looking for his replacement, and supposedly the replacement might be Adam Silver from the NBA. NBA commissioner might be going over to Disney.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah.
Yo, wow.
So that's gonna be
Who's
fun.
gonna be the commissioner then?
They'll find another white guy.
Wow. Yeah.
They'll find somebody else because I didn't know who the fuck Adam Silver was until.
Where you didn't know Adam Silver?
Yeah,
Nah, not like that.
That was David Stern's protege,
Oh,
man.
he stepped in. He stepped in big time because first issue he had to deal with was Donald Sterling with his racist ass talking about the racist comments he said about Magic Johnson and his own players.
Oh yeah, he was that guy was like senile too, right? Some shit like that, like borderline senile.
He was talking to he ain't senile. He
I'm
knows what he's doing.
about to say I ain't gonna get. I ain't giving him no pass.
He was talking to his girlfriend. He expected his girlfriend to record him. She recorded everything he was saying, and that's how he got caught.
He had his faculties. He just ain't know he was getting recorded.
Yeah, because sometimes these old motherfuckers when you get old, you kind of like lose touch, especially the old white racist dudes that were somewhat racist that kind of kept it in the cuff. But yeah,
nah, he knew how to hide it good. Funny shit is when he got ousted, his wife was trying to be like, "But we're not all like him." Bitch, you married him. You talking about you not all like him? Bitch, you married him.
Like, nah, I just wanted to come up.
You know he was saying that racist shit. Come on now, get the fuck out of our face with that shit. We're not like him. I don't know. He was saying this. I never heard him say these things before. Yeah.
it's funny. I was watching this. I know it's off topic, but I was watching the show. I've actually watched this movie like last week, and I failed to mention before. But it's on Disney Plus. It's called Chang Can Dunk. It's on Disney Plus. It was a really good fucking movie. I didn't expect to like it because it looked like it was like a B movie. But it was it had some good charm to it. So pretty much like this kid, he's like 5'6", and he just wants to dunk. And his whole thing was like he had this bully. This bully's like, hey, listen, I'll stop. I'll shave my head, whatever. Like they had a whole deal where like in 6 weeks, if he can dunk, he would shave the bully's head. But then he ended up like I don't want to like spoil too much, but it's a good flick, and it's very lighthearted. It was like a good sleeper. Let's see here. Victoria is gone. Then that's pretty much it. So I guess we can Probably talk about Mando. Unless you guys have something else before we get into Mando.
What the hell was that?
That shit scared the shit out of me, bro. I thought my
Fuck?
audio was fucked up. I
What
thought my audio was fucked up.
the fuck going on here?
Yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the Mando talk, man. So Mandalorian, season 3, episode 4.
It's not. I'm sorry, my bad.
Well, this episode, man, right now, it stands as my favorite episode. Right now,
favorite episode ever.
we still got 5. We still got 6 more episodes left. But as of
Listen,
right now, this
I don't
shit,
know how Katie Sackhoff do it, but she makes a Mandalorian suit look sexy as fuck.
Facts, bro.
It's a walk. It's a walk.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, she makes a Mandalorian suit look sexy. You don't even see no part of her body, but she working that shit, boy.
Katie Sackhoff, man, yeah, she like 52. She like 50 something. Well, she up there.
She fine.
She fine, man. Like, listen, I don't have no problem. I have no problem with her being on screen. And so right now, this is looking like the Bo-Katan show. Because I'll take
problem.
I have no problem. Like, Mando could take to the side, man. But anyways, man, this show was fucking fire.
I see where they're going. I see where they're going though. So this is what they're doing. Yo. Bo-Katan's gonna take her spot back, but she's gonna do it with these Mandalorians, and she's gonna reunite all of them now. So all the Mandalorians are gonna be like one, where they all follow the creed of the old way and stuff like that.
I think they might.
Now she's starting to understand them more. Before she thought they were crazy, but now that she saw the mythosaur, and she's seen how they are and how they are like a family unit, and they're training each other and all that stuff. She sees everything going on. I think she's gonna like reincorporate all the Mandalorians to be like.
I still think that she's an opportunist right now. I'm still gonna ride. I'm still gonna die on this hill because I think that she is trying to possibly get the pretty much like take the lead on things, become the leader, and undermine the armorer's way, right? Because if you get rid of the armorer, then they don't have no one to follow. They've been following the armor.
Bro, you think she's gonna take out the armorer, bro?
I think that there might be some things, bro. Like I said, the armorer is holding some secrets that we don't know, and I think that there's some bad blood. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know.
Bo-Katan is a villain in Fresh Eyes. Well, that's some villain shit you talking about right now.
Yo, mind you, dude, we 4 episodes in, and we still have not yet have a villain.
The villain. I'm pretty sure the villain's gonna be that chick that they just made us watch a whole episode watching.
No, hell no. She's from a different show.
Yeah,
she gonna be setting stuff up.
I'm telling you, Bo-Katan, she's looking to put herself in a position where she can, because mind you, like I was watching some shit too, like it was like they were saying that the armorer might be like someone that was involved with Darth Maul. If you look at her fucking her helmet, the helmet has horns on it, like Maul.
Yep.
So I think that the moment like something happens where her identity is revealed, Boba like, who the fuck is, like, she has beef with this person. I think that's just me. You know me, I go crazy. I'm like,
I'm with you on that part of it. I'm
like Alex Jones when it comes down to like these theories and shit.
But that's why I'm looking at. But that's why I'm looking at the armorer as the possible villain, not Bo-Katan, bro. Like I feel like you like Bo is the. I'm looking like, yeah, she has the connection to.
Y'all not about to have me believe the armorer is the villain. No.
Listen, I'm not saying that Bo-Katan is looking to be a villain. She's not. I wouldn't consider her a villain. Like it's almost like she's just doing her own thing, and she wants to get her people back, right? And she needs something to stand on, and that's why she's doing these things. Like she brought in those raptors, right, to fucking train, because those raptors are like somewhat of like you can ride them shits, and and shit like that.
I think she's earnest. I don't think she's doing that as a ploy to try to set niggas up to get them in her good graces. Yes, she did that for a reason, but I think it was for the people. I don't think she did that to try to, let me do this so everybody can be cool with me so I can later on.
Dude,
No, I don't think she's playing it like that, man.
My man, she told the armorer, yo, I saw a mythosaur. And it's like, yeah, you see things, you know, it happens, you know, when you get down with us, man, you start to see shit. But it may feel real, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like, she kind of like undermined that shit. And say, bitch, I saw that shit. Don't tell me that I made that shit up. I saw what I saw. But I think that she is looking to like form some kind of coup. But she's like, yeah.
I feel like if that was the case, though, why would she even mention the mythosaur in the first place?
Because maybe she felt vulnerable to speak to talk on it. And then the moment she got the response that she didn't want to hear, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere with this person. This person is in the old ways. She's never going to change. And she's not going to, like, branch off.
I think it's different. I think the fact that she went to the armorer and said, I took that scene differently. The fact that she went to the armorer and said that, like, I saw the mythosaur, whatever like that, and then the armorer thought she said in the dream, she said, no, I saw it in real life.
Yeah.
Like, the armorer, in a way, kind of stopped. It was like, oh, you saw, like, she was kind of processing, oh, you saw the mythosaur in real life or something like that. And then, like, I felt like they had like a connection some kind of way, because even when in the end, when they finished the conversation, the way they both said, this is the way, it's like they understood each other. Like, I think the armorer seen the mythosaur in real life before too. I think, and she's just like trying to play it off like, oh, you know, you saw it in your dreams, or that. And she's like, nah, I saw it in real life underneath the living water. So that, you know, the armorer took intrigue in it, but I think she didn't want to reveal that she's seen it too, or something like that. She's just trying to like keep it cool. So then, you know, they ended it off with the "this is the way," and I felt like it brought them a little closer or something like that. I don't know. I feel like Bo-Katan's kind of warming up to the new the Mandalorians that she's around now.
Yeah.
I don't really see her betraying them.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I feel very much how Red feels. I felt like if we look throughout this beginning of the season, like, people complaining like, yeah, it's the Mandalorian and it's Bo-Katan. But at the end of the day, like, to me, from the beginning of this, it's the Mandalorian. To me, I felt like this entire series, for whatever it turns out to be from the beginning, is supposed to be about the Mandalorian people and the culture. So even if Bo-Katan is the main character that we following, or we following their major arc through this entire series, through this entire season, to me, that's fine. We got Boba Fett out of this. They're all Mandalorians. I feel like it's all encompassing. And because of what Mandalore has gone through, yes, I feel like Red said, I felt like this whole thing has been Bo-Katan going from just sitting there fucking depressed and all her people left her on the throne, to then the people bombing her throne. You got no place to go back to now. So now you have to be with these people. She's being forced into her journey and into her progression, bro. I don't see her turning on these people like Red said. I see her going throughout this and most likely being the one to ride the mythosaur and regain it. She might not even fight then for the saber. At this point, if she rides the mythosaur, they don't have to fight for the saber. She will take the entire clan from that alone. So I feel like this is her progression throughout this entire season. And going back to what Fresh said also, I think the horns and everything, I've been looking at that for a minute, but she hasn't done anything to make it seem like she's the villain. But because we haven't had no solid villain yet, I think there might be something that turns out, and there might be a civil war or something between these factions, or between the people that end up coming in the later seasons, to where the armorer could be Rook cast, like you were talking about with the horns. That was the female that was with Darth Maul back on Mandalore when he sieged and started the original Civil War. So that could be her, and being stuck to the Death Watch and the main Mandalorian ways of everything. I feel like that could be her under there, and making sure that everyone sticks to those traditions. But I'm loving the way this whole thing goes. I just really don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that she's gonna. I don't think she's not turning on them. She's gonna be turning on the armorer. She wants those people. She wants the people, but I think that she had ulterior motives. That's what I think. I can't sit there and trust anybody they put on screen. And mind you, to be honest, bro, Din lost that fucking that saber, bro. He lost that saber. He lost that battle between that fucking mechanized fucking organism shit. So technically, he was the bearer of the fucking sword, and then Bo-Katan beat that dude. So clearly, she that sword should have went right back to her.
I would say that's semantics because it wasn't an official challenge, but I feel you.
Now he beat his. If it wasn't for Bo-Katan, he would have died, and that saber would have been sitting in that pit.
Yeah, true, but she still wouldn't have earned it. So, I think there's some more.
But think about it. But think about it. If Din would have died there, and his dark saber was there chilling, she couldn't take it.
Yeah,
she can't fight nobody for it.
Yeah, she could have. She would have took it. She would have came back, right? And let's just say she got back to the Mandalorians. My point is that I think that I think there's something spiritual to this as well. Whereas at the end of the day, if she would have still did that, she could have. I'm not saying she couldn't, but I think if she would have did that, she wouldn't have had the she wouldn't have went into the because they went into the waters after that, right? So she wouldn't have went into the waters. She wouldn't have been redeemed. She wouldn't have been worrying about getting close to these people. That would have taken all of what we're talking about out of her arc. And I think she would be in the same place that she would have been in the beginning. I think things had to happen the way that they're happening in order for her to go through this arc and fully feel like she's being redeemed. Not just people telling her, but her feeling and going through it. Feeling the camaraderie of being around the people. Feeling the welcome and homeness of everybody saying, yo, this is the way. You went through it, Even Paz. He didn't like her. He didn't fuck with Death Watch, but cool, Night Owl. All right, you did it. You got redeemed. All right, cool. This is the way. You know what I'm saying? To this episode where you the leader of the watch of the what is it the hunting party. So you have the honor of sitting here by the fire. You know what I'm saying? We're all dipping. Like it's just a lot of things that I feel has been washed away. Like I think this is a natural progression. I feel like if anybody, like you said, I feel like she's going to go at it with the armorer, but I don't feel like she's in a position where she's plotting, sitting back like, yeah, I'm gonna take this bitch down. But I feel like it's going to happen naturally. I don't feel like she's the villain and plotting.
I disagree with all of you. I don't think it's gonna happen at all. I think it's gonna be some different bad guys gonna be introduced, and they're all gonna have to work together to defeat them. I don't see the betrayal happening, but I could be wrong because I'm not a big Star Wars guy. So, but I mean,
I'm the same boat as you, bro. I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I don't really know much. I have to do research, right? So, but yeah, I mean, the good thing about this show is that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is fucking predictable at all.
And we could sit here and have these conversations back and forth from all of our different perspectives, and we don't know, right? Like you put up the video, it's like, yeah, he's like, that's my son. But at the end of the day, I still don't feel like I was wrong. Like he could still be a foundling, just like Grogu is Din's son, right? Yeah, that's his son. But that doesn't mean that's literally biologically his son. Like, so I still don't feel like I'm wrong. But at the same time, yeah, that's his son. Like, so there's so many things that they do with this show where we could debate endlessly and go back and forth. And I feel like that's the intrigue. That's what I love about this, as far as adding to the lore and giving us this wide open canvas for the future that we could get into. I love it, man. Fucking Mandalorian. Fives all around for me, man.
Nah. That's his son, though. That's his son. You don't want to take accountability. It's all good. It's all good, bro.
I mean, he called him a youngling earlier, right? He said my son every single time. At first he said, yo, we got to save the youngling. Then later on he said my son. So that's why I'm not taking accountability, because he wasn't even straightforward throughout the whole episode. So until like
he wasn't. No, he said it though. Anyways, so the main course of this fucking episode, was the flashback scene. The flashback scene of Grogu. We finally got past the elevator, and we got to see the person that saved Grogu. And out of all people, right? People thought it was gonna be Mace Windu or fucking, Obi-Wan or whoever, or Ahsoka. Nope. We got Mr.
Best.
You want to say it?
Ahmed Best.
Mr. Kelleran
Best.
Kelleran.
A.K.A. Jar Jar Binks. Darth Jar Jar. Whatever you want to call it.
Yo, that shit. mind you, when I saw the introduction to his character, I didn't know who he was. Right, I was like, all right, cool. Like regardless of the fact of his backstory, the scene itself was just fucking dope. Right, but then when I saw the credits and I saw his name, and I'm like, oh shit, like really? Because I remember his interview like a couple of years ago, like 4 years ago, where he talked about like back in the days, like he was getting death threats and all that kind of racism shit. This is pre social media, so I could imagine that shit then. And he wanted to like unsubscribe to this world, and the fact that to have him bring him back as a character, which is kind of crazy because like he was in that Jedi Temple
Temple,
challenge
yeah.
that was on this on and which was like a Padawan kind of like it was like a double dare situation for Jedi's,
Yeah,
right?
it was like
And
Legends of
and
the Hidden Temple, but with Jedi.
Legend of the Hidden Temple, yeah, like the purple barracudas and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
But like it
yeah.
was for like it was Star Wars theme, but it was like it was a show. It was not like something that was within the canon. So they took that character and made that character canon to this universe. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope to kind of bring him back in the fold with this redemption story. It's almost like he's redeeming,
Mm.
you know, himself and coming back into this to the fold like strong. Like it was a dope scene. Like we don't get much of him after they punched it. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more, but for some odd reason I think that we still might get a Jar Jar cameo, bro.
Yeah, we got
Because I
to.
think I think because I think because I
That was
think
his ship.
because it this yeah because it was a new no Noble, right? It was like
Uh,
they're gonna like
it was a
what's it
Naboo senator ship.
Nabu, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like one of those like princess of the shit that she drove, like Amidala, whatever her name was.
Hmm.
Um, nah, it makes sense because I don't think Palpatine or anybody else knew about Grogu, and I think that the only person that knew about Grogu was like Ahsoka, everyone else, and I think Jar Jar knew about Ahsoka. Knew about Grogu. So I think maybe we might get another interaction with him. I'm not sure, but
Even the
to be
guards,
honest,
the guards that met him, that ran up on him real quick, that had the ship there waiting for him. Those are like the senator's personal guard. That's like the not the CIA, the Secret Service. That's like the Secret Service for like Amidala and for Jar Jar. So like, yeah, there had to be something, and I don't think it was Amidala because she's off doing all the shit with Anakin and worried about all that. So it had to be Jar Jar. He's the only senator from Naboo at that time, so it had to be him looking out for them and all of that. It's crazy, and I think this might be like the setup for. We were watching Obi-Wan, and they were talking about the path, how they were sneaking Jedi out. I think this is either the beginning or parts of how they were doing this.
well, unless what happens is that ship gets intercepted, and that's how it becomes.
Well,
I think
yeah.
that's where Grogu ends up getting like captured and tested. Because he was a lab rat for like 30 years. So maybe, and this is how he came into the fold, and they fucking mind flared him and shit.
Plot
What up?
So,
twist.
It's Dark
so
Plague.
he
They
probably
finally revealed Jar Jar as a Sith.
that shit crazy, man. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I don't know if Disney is gonna go ahead and put a mask on Grogu because he's too cute. They're not gonna want to cover his face. But
Yeah.
you could tell, like the way she got the armor laid out for him. I can see it now. How his Mando suit might look as he gets older, and I think that's gonna be dope. I think he may be the one. I think he's gonna end up or changing the way the creed is, where they can take off their
No
helmets.
helmet.
So he's gonna end up being in
That I
Mandalorian,
think I
guard, but I think
think
he's gonna be
Boca
like
is the one.
without a
Well,
mask.
Bo-Katan is gonna be the
Yeah.
one because
So
that's what I'm thinking. If she takes control, she'll be the one to like merge between because she didn't have no problems with taking off her helmet. I think she's gonna be the one getting introduced to all of this. She might be the one to merge it to whereas all right, we can merge the old with the new, and then yeah, Grogu's probably gonna be the one to end up taking over everything in the future.
yeah, it looks good. I mean, I can't wait, man. You could tell he wants to talk. He's
Yeah.
He just know. You could tell he just knows things. He just can't verbalize things. But I think mentally he
Mhm.
understands it as he was like maybe a
Yeah.
30-year-old, 40-year-old just can't verbalize. He's stuck in a baby's body, but he's just not verbal. But once he starts talking and he says this is the way, then you know he has to go ahead and put that helmet on. He's gonna have to, man. But yo, the way, but yo, like the whole like him flipping around, like I know it's cute and all, but like it was super. Like I hate the like. All right, I love the puppeteering, right? But you could
He looks
tell
way
when
too much
things
like a puppet.
it looks too much like a puppet, bro. Like you could have you could have CG'd him to do the flips, right? Because you could tell like the legs, you know, when he's walking and shit, like they. It throws me off, but like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like I
I
kind of
just chalk it
that
up
doesn't
to
change my
trying to
sport. But
stay
that's just like
true
practical
to what
effects. That
Star Wars
I
is.
love it.
Like, like you said with the actual puppets. And I think that's what connects us to it, because I think a lot of us, or a lot of people complain when Yoda was in Attack of the Clones, and he was flipping all over the place, fucking people up. They was like, "Yo, what is this? Like this dude is bouncing all over the place." I think it kind of takes us out with the CGI, so I don't get too mad when I see the practical stuff and what they do with it, because I think that keeps us kind of grounded in what Star Wars is to a certain element.
Well, yeah, and it's pretty cool, man, because you could tell like he wants to be like Grogu wants to be a Mandalorian. Like that's what he wants to do. Like he likes, he's there. He wants to like the shit. He was like, yo, like, he wants to challenge. And I was like, yo, he's mad tiny, bro. Like, what are you gonna? He said, what are you gonna challenge?
Hell yeah, yo, hell
And
yeah.
they put the little dart shit on his arm. I'm like, that shit is mad cute, bro. And he got shot. He got shot once, and then he looked back at. He looked back at them. Then was like, don't look at me. he was like, don't look at me, yo. He fucking flipped 2 times and shot him 3 times. Like, damn, bro. He mopped him out. Just imagine, like, if he goes for like a crazy growth spurt,
Right.
right? He just ages up like 10 years, like his race, because we don't know nothing about his race. Like George Lucas was very like
Hmm.
coy on. He was very
We
secretive
still don't
about
even know
this
their
particular
name
race.
yet.
Like
The
we only
name of
seen
their
three of
race, man.
them in the
It's
whole
crazy.
existence of fucking, you know, yeah, like
Hmm.
yeah. All we know is Yoda, Yaddle, and Grogu. That's it.
And
And
oh
Yaddle, we
yeah,
seen her once
yeah,
in, I believe,
yeah.
in episode 2 or something. Yeah, and then you saw her in Rebels and shit like that. But like, and it's like
Right.
he could talk like Yaddle doesn't talk like how Yoda talks, right? That Yoda, that whole backwards talking. Yaddle just talks regular. So hopefully
They're gonna find
Grogu
some way to
talks
make
regular.
it
I don't
cute
want him to do
though.
that whole
They gotta
like
find some way to distinguish
Yoda
it
shit.
though. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they're just gonna make them talk regular. They're gonna have to give them some type of quirk or something, yo. They have to.
It's gonna be like the way this is. Like nah, chill, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. But it's cute, man. I can't get enough of fucking Grogu, man. Grogu's fucking. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
it does.
cutie, man. I just it makes me smile every time I see him on screen, and I know that he's looking. And it's cute that he wants to be a Mandalorian. Like out of all people, right? These motherfuckers, when the way that Din fell down the fucking living waters, right? Because he was so fucking heavy.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
imagine that piece they
Word,
gave
word,
him. That shit was the size of his fucking whole chest
Oh
cavity.
yes.
word.
Yo, I'm like, yo, that shit look like it's dumb heavy. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, but that shit look crazy, man. I don't know, man. I really can't call it, man. These are just like theories that I have, but I hope that she doesn't have ulterior motive. At the same time, like I just don't trust anybody, and I just think that she's just looking for an opportunity to strike. She's trying to gather all the information to figure out what she can do and take out the armorer. Once finding out who she is, I think that she's not now trying to take her out, but I think she wants them to kind of like veer off, like trying to wean her out of the situation. And there's gonna end up being a fight. Her fucking helmet's gonna fly off, and it's gonna reveal her fucking
Yeah.
identity.
I don't know, man. You making her sound real sinister right now, man. I can't rock with that, man. I've been riding with Bo-Katan for a long time, man. I don't see her as that type of sinister character,
The
man.
armor is very. I don't know, man. I mean, you'd be surprised what like pride will make you do, man.
Not to that
She's
level,
very
but
prideful, and she's like,
yeah.
I don't
I'm
know,
not
man.
saying they can't do
I
it.
don't
All
know.
I'm
Let's
saying
see.
is if they do it, I'm gonna
I
be
don't know,
upset
man.
because to me that's like not who the character is to me. Like so, again, they could do what they want. I just don't see that as being who the character is. So that's the only reason why I'm disagreeing with you so vehemently is because that's not who the character is to me. I'm not saying it can't happen. I just don't believe it based on who the character is supposed to be. So, right, right.
We legit have no fucking villain, and we almost halfway in, and we have nothing, right? We have like maybe Moff Gideon, right? Maybe, right? But we don't know what's going on with him. We don't know if he got
Yeah,
fucking
I
if
wouldn't
he
be
escaped
surprised
or
if
he
they
got
do
mind
that
flayer. We don't
bullshit
fucking
in the
know. He might come back.
penultimate episode and
He
just
might
bring
be
him back out of
reprogrammed.
nowhere. Because I mean, he does have a connection to it, but if you don't start seeding him in early, again, I would be like, nah, that's kind of bad writing. Like he's supposed to be locked up, so yeah, that'd be kind of weird. So,
Yeah. So who can it be? Like if it's gonna be Thrawn, if they're gonna start talking about Thrawn or kind of teeing up, or like it seemed
mm,
like this season is like teeing up other things happening in the pipeline. But let hopefully. I mean, listen, we still got episode 5, right? Episode 5 may show us some new shit, right? Um,
yeah, yeah,
this episode was mad. It was mad short, and I felt that shit. I felt that shit.
Mhm.
Now, normally I don't feel it, but I was like, damn, this shit's over already.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I
20, I
think it was
think
like
yeah,
28 minutes. I'm
32
like,
or
damn,
something like
that's a
that. Yeah,
Saturday
I
morning
felt it.
cartoon right there.
I thought it was because I was excited. Honestly, I thought it was because I was excited the whole
That
time.
was 30. It was 32. It was it was
Yeah, and
it was
then credits.
32.
Yeah,
It was 28 minutes of straight content. 4 minutes of credits.
yeah.
Like yo, bro, credits shouldn't be
Nah,
fucking
I ain't gonna.
4% of the show, bro. It should
Yeah,
not.
word,
Y'all should do the credit. Yeah,
word,
y'all should do the credits mad fast. You know
word.
how they do that shit when you watch a movie on regular TV. Like shit, man. But yeah, this. I don't know. It kind of ended off. It kind of ended off at just her kind of like sitting there, like, all right, like what's the next move? Like, she doesn't believe me. So let me go ahead and tame this mythosaur, and I'm gonna come back and shit on y'all, right? Because it's gonna change the whole creed, right? If she brings a mythosaur, it's gonna change a lot of beliefs on what people think, and it's almost like how, right? If and I know this might be like touchy for some people on like who was watching, but like if aliens was to ever show up in the world, right? Like if aliens was to ever come visit the planet Earth, that's gonna break a lot of like religion. So it's almost like that with her bringing
I
that
think she's gonna.
mythosaur
I
around.
think
Like
she's
it's
gonna
gonna
be have
break a
to.
lot of their
I
religion.
believe she would have to be forced into that
But
though. I don't think she's gonna do that just to be like, yo, let me do this so I could fucking get everybody to follow me. I think there's gonna have to be again, whoever the villain is, it's gonna have to be something that is so detrimental to what's going on what they got going on right now that she's gonna have to be like, all right, listen, I gotta go do this right now. Again, it's like I don't think she's plotting, but it's gonna have to be something to push her to the point to be like, all right, let me go. This is the only chance we got right now. Let me go do this.
yeah. No, I feel you, man. But yeah, man. Overall, like this episode was solid. This is a 5 for me, without a doubt. I had mad fun watching this shit. I love Wednesdays. Wednesday mornings is I throw that shit on. I'm like, oh, it's only half an hour. Cool, and I enjoy myself.
Yeah,
How about you guys?
I
I
ain't
know
talking too
Fresh
much.
Prince is
I
threw
said
out
I
5,
might
so I
make a
already know
video to really go into everything we talked
your
about, and that I
score.
didn't really talk about too much. So yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much. But yeah, we pretty much said everything that I enjoyed about it. I don't think there's anything else that we left out. But yeah, it was just a 5 for me, man. It was unexpected. Like when that happened, I literally like I said, I watched a couple people react and nobody noticed. Like I literally jumped out of my seat, like, oh shit, like. And then at first it was just because it's him. And then I started thinking back, like, hold on, he was on the show, like, and then I forgot the name, and then when I went and looked, I thought I saw it was the same name. So then I'm like, oh shit! Now they even brought a character that he created himself, because with that show that they did for the kids, they just wanted him to host it. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, "No, I want to be a Jedi, and I want to like actually build my own backstory and character, because I think the kids like want to be immersed in this scenario and feel like they're actually in a series with Jedis and a surrounding like that. So we want the kids to feel involved in everything." So the fact that that character was built from him for the kids, and then they actually brought that into canon, besides the fact of his own personal shit, it's like double meta shit for me. So I was like, nah, this is wild. This was a 5 for me, man. Definitely a 5. I enjoyed the whole shit from beginning to end.
What about you, Soul Brick? What's your rating?
5.
That's what's up. Red, what was your rating, brother?
My rating would be for this episode. I give it a 5. I like the we did explore more with the Mandalorians. I like on the island by themselves. On there with the island, I forgot what island they're on, but whatever planet they're on, and they by themselves. We get to see into their lifestyle. It was cool, that little venture that they had trying to get the kid back. I thought that kid was dead, bro. I don't know. Like
I thought it was that too.
If you catch a kid one day and then like you get to sleep you sleep 2 days or something trying to get to it, like nah. I thought that kid was already fooled, but they got lucky. But anyway, yeah, I give the episode a 5. Like I couldn't ask more from it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. And mind you, like these shorter shows don't really get high scores for me.
Word.
The fact that they still get a high score with a low runtime, that shows a lot. That means you guys utilize every minute.
And because we didn't talk about it real quick, we said it in the beginning, but let's give props again to Carl Weathers, because as soon as I seen when it was over, and I was like, Carl did this shit, I'm like, yo, bro, like, nah, this is another banger episode for me from him. Like, it's like, they are using everyone they have in this universe, and I love it. I love it. Love you, Carl. Love you, man.
Yeah, he did his thing, bro. He did his thing. I love the kind of like the camera usage, when
that was the Apocalypse Now shot with
going
the
after
sun.
the Raptor.
Man.
You saw like that red.
And then, like what Red said, when they got there and they all got off the plane, that was like the 7th Samurai
that shit was
shot. And everybody got off, and it was a 7-man. I'm like, nah, this dude is killing this episode quietly right now. Like, woo.
Yeah, they did it. They did the same. They did the same kind of camera shot with I think Force Awakens with the same like the with the red sun. So I love those shots. Those shots are fucking awesome when you see that shit. But yeah, my thing was like, and it was like it was like a nitpick.
Yeah,
but like,
word.
How the fuck did she get all those baby birds on that fucking small ass ship?
Hell yeah.
Like they almost look like they didn't fit. And the way they look super aggressive, I could imagine being in that little small space.
I thought that too, but that's dope too, because now they got 3 Raptors that House Vizsla most likely gonna end up riding, and then she probably gonna get a mythosaur. Like, we about to be out here wilding with the Mandos, yo. Word.
This shit is legit turning into Game of Thrones. This is and.
Facts.
And Bo-Katan is Daenerys Targaryen right now. She thinks she has claim to the throne, and she's looking to get these dragons.
And then it's Jon
she's
Snow.
looking to fucking conquer
nothing
all
to
these
do with
fucking
nothing, but everybody wants you to be the one that yo.
But guess what? Guess who becomes the villain?
They're not gonna do that,
right? Daenerys becomes the villain towards the end. We're not gonna do it here. We're not gonna talk about Bruno. We're not gonna talk about Bruno. It's all good. Yeah, man. This is gonna conclude our episode 129.
We didn't talk about cocaine beer, but I let it slide.
Oh, I mean, we
no. We'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could do. I mean, we could probably do like if you want to do like a single show,
I'm
we could just
down.
do
I'm down.
like a one off and just talk about Cocaine Bear. We could do that. We could do like a pre record. So we could definitely do that because I want to talk about that movie. The movie's good. Um, yeah, man, this is a pre recorded, so I appreciate y'all. I know that we're not live, so the comments are not going to be the same, but you can still write comments on this video here so we can check it for the next week's episode. We got 4 new followers. Thank you so much. We're going up, man. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost at 500. So that's good shit right there. So we appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. If you want some merch to rep our brand, go ahead and go to untitledentertainment.com to cop some sweaters. I made sure that the shirts are affordable. They
Give him
feel
another
good. They
look,
feel
fresh.
good.
That
They
sweatshirt is
not
dope, man. Give him
cheap.
another look, real quick.
So yeah, man. And
Word. Into the Spider Verse. We out here.
yo, I'm saying,
Copies.
be another look right here, bro. There we go. So
I'm just glad the logo's on the front this time, not the back. See, when you
That's fine.
I made sure it's up front, man. So you guys have time. You guys have time.
It was the Muttley laugh for me when he said it.
Yeah. The untitled shirts, the world tour shirts look fucking amazing. I don't have one here to show you, but my brother-in-law bought one. He has it in black. I would not. I'm gonna take a couple of colors off the website because it didn't translate well. I have a light kind of like pale pink one. For some reason, I like pale pink. It doesn't look well on that, but if you get like any kind of like dark colors, they look fucking amazing. Like the art looks fucking dope. So, and those shirts are like $15. So go cop you some. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Don't have nothing else for you guys. So yeah. Until next week, guys. We appreciate y'all. We catch you on the flip side.
later.
Peace.